yoga wrist therapy and hand exercises.
And I want you to just start off by warming up the wrist a little bit. So we're just going to roll the wrist. Let's just do this 5 times, just spinning the wrist around. And then just slowly just roll your right hand out like this, palm facing up. And then what I do is I'll just grip and then rotate out like so. So grip and then rotate to the side like so. Grip and rotate to the side like so. So you're actually just rolling on the side of your knuckles, rolling the knuckles out. And then do the same thing on your other hand now. So you're just going to grip your hand and rotate out like so. Grip and rotate out. This is just to increase the blood supply to your hand. One of the things that definitely helps both muscle and tendinous tissue to heal is blood supply. So we're starting to just heat up the hand. I'm not pushing real hard. I'm pushing about 1 or 2 pounds of pressure just to get the wrist moving and getting a little more circulation. Good, and then from here, just flip your hands over and just start to rotate like this. You're just gonna rotate your hands over the top of the wrist, real gentle, and then just rotate in, like so. Just like that. Good, and then from here, you're gonna bring your right hand palm facing up, and then just pull, like so. So I want you to just pull up with your right shoulder, and press down with your left hand. And what you're pressing is the heel of your thumb to the heel, inside heel of your thumb. So left hand on top, left hand heel of the thumb inside the right thumb, pull up, and then just relax. Pull up, and then relax. Good, and then just switch hands. Bring your right hand down, right hand on top, left hand is on the bottom, and you're gonna bring your right hand down on top of your left hand, and then just pull again, and then just stretching down. Pull, and stretching down. And then pull and stretching down. And this should feel good. If it feels like it's really hurting your wrist, then you may need to take a break from this and let your wrist heal. Of course, you can always come back to it later, right? But let your wrist heal a little bit before you go and do any of these really intense exercises. Good, and then from here, just bring your hands back like this, and then you're just gonna rotate your hands up. I think of this one as gripping the floor, and then kind of like when you paint a fence. Grip with your fingers, and then pull up, like so. Grip with your hands, gripping, and then pulling up. Good, just like that. So you're just gripping the floor, popping up, and then bringing the hand back down, like so. Pressing up, and bringing the hand back down. Good, just like so. Remember to breathe. Breathing is essential, right? In any yoga wrist therapy, any type of exercise where you're working your body, you want to make sure that your breath is fluid and long and deep, right? So just gripping with your hands like so. Good, and now starting to stretch the forearm, what you're going to do is, remember that when it comes to carpal tunnel pain, a lot of times what you have actually is your forearms are really, really tight, the tendons and muscles around the forearm area. So what we're going to do is we're going to just lean onto the arm a little bit, and then grip your forearm, and you'll feel where there's real soft tissue, and you'll feel where there's like tight kind of ropes in the forearm. So I just want you to grip the forearm a little bit and pull in, like so, and then just kind of lean back. Now, if it's hurting the wrist, again, you can come into a more vertical position, but this vertical stance takes a lot of the stretch out of the wrist. So slowly just stretching back and then just pull like so. Pulling on the tendons just a little bit, just trying to get them to loosen up a little. Good, just like so. And real gentle with the wrist. And then from here, you're just going to flip your left hand around, and then you're just going to, again, lean forward to take the pressure off, and then lean back and just grip. And I'm gripping on the inside of the forearm. So I'm gripping, you can feel it, like this area on the outside is real soft, but when you go more towards the center and a little bit to the inside, you'll feel where it's kind of tight, and then just pull. And again, just kind of rock back and forth like this, and you're just going to stretch these tendons out. Just like that, and go ever so gentle. Good, and then from here, just bring your right hand palm facing up, and then take your left hand and push down, like so. You might feel your fingers contract. That's because these are all the muscles and tendons that will connect to the fingertips. So just press down, just 3 times, like so. And one more. Pressing. The idea is to increase the blood flow to the tendons and the muscles that control the hand. Good, and then just flip your left hand over and just press down. Real gentle, like so. Pressing down, good, breathing deep. Now, it's hard for me to keep a real fluid breath because I'm teaching this as I'm actually displaying the posture or the wrist motion. So I'm not breathing as fluid as you could be. So breathing deep, good. And then from here, you're just going to extend your hands out in front like so. And then inhale coming forward. And then see if you can just come up on your fingertips like so. And then just grip the floor just for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then release down. Good. And then come up again. Grip the floor. Gripping. So it's just like you're clasping like the top of a melon. Gripping like so. Good. And then lowering back down. Good. And then from here, one more, just coming up. Grip with your hands. Good. And then release down. Good. Now you're just going to bring your right hand out in front of you. And I just want you to clasp, very similar stretch that we did before, but it's a little more controlled. So you're just going to clasp your hands like this, pulling down, and then pull all the way in, like so. Good. Then clasp your thumb, pull back like this. And then rotate your hand the other way and pull your thumb in. Good. And then do the same thing. Clasp like so. And then from here, just going to pull just slowly, just coming back the other way. Very gentle, right? You can do it like this, or you can even do it like this. It's up to you. Whatever feels better. And then from here, bring your thumb in, like so. Right? So the position from a front view looks like this. And then bring your thumb in this way. Now, a couple things to remember when it comes to the wrist. Eventually, you will be getting to the point where your body gets stronger and stronger, and these poses will get rather easy for you. But remember that when you're dealing with tendon doesn't heal as fast as muscle and bone does, because muscle and bone have a lot more blood supply to them. So one of the keys to healing the tendon sometimes is to lay off of them for a while. A lot of the pain that we have these days especially comes from using the computer and spending hours and hours on places like YouTube and MSN and so on, and that causes micro tears in the tendons, and those micro tears add up over time, and sometimes that's what's causing the wrist and hand pain that you might be experiencing. So, but over time, what I found is kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You train the wrist, you let it rest a little bit, you ice it if it gets sore or swollen, and then you train it again, right? You let it rest, you let it heal up, and then you train it again, and so on. And eventually, you'll be doing postures like this, where you'll be able to come up, and I'm actually just resting on the fingertips. I'm measuring the weight, and I'm starting to balance out as equally as I can, and then I'm just going to come up and balance on the fingertips, like so. So this is called crane fingertip stand. Good, and then from here, just coming back down, and then just counter stretch your wrists like so.